My question for you today is, why do you still choose to pay taxes? Now, the original idea for taxation is a very good idea, right? A community fund that goes to the improving of the infrastructure of that said community, perhaps doing programs or projects to, again, benefit the community. That was the original intention behind it. Nowadays, your tax money goes towards education still, but what are we teaching our children? With critical race theory being a predominant thing and certain changes within our education system, do you still find our education valid for funding? Is it funded in the way, is it doing the things that you wish for it to do, right? You being the one paying for these programs, it would follow that you would have a say in what these programs do. Infrastructure, how are your roads doing? How are the bridges doing? How is the infrastructure of your community? Considering that's where your taxes go. And these different observations that show that perhaps your taxes aren't going where you would see or like them to go, right? To be of the most benefit for you and your family and your friends and your community at large. Not only that, but a large chunk of your taxes goes towards defense funding. And I don't know if you're aware of what happened in Afghanistan, of leaving some millions of dollars worth of stuff there, most of which were paid for with your tax money. As well, your tax money goes towards paying your public servants, right? The people that you elect, your voted representatives. Now, I don't know about you, but I see a lot of incompetence, and that's the reality being that a lot of what they pass into law is by way of bribery, right? Legal bribery, of which we call lobbying, right? Lobbying is just giving money to lawmakers to make laws to help benefit those that are paying for these laws, right? It's bribery, but we call it lobbying. And then on top of that, right, insider trading, because our lawmakers make certain laws to benefit certain companies or corporations, of which a lot of these corporations have stocks. Knowing that, being lawmakers, they know how these certain laws that they make will influence or affect the stocks of the corporations that are affected by these laws. And thus, because they know beforehand, they know before the laws actually get passed or before the laws get implemented, they can make decisions and investments based off of their laws that they make. So not only are they bribed to make specific laws, but they can also maximize that what they're paid by investing or shorting specific stocks that are affected by the laws that they make. Also, the reality that taxes were never obligatory, right? They were seen as a way to benefit the community, but they were never supposed to be forced upon you, right? Especially when you have no say in where they go and how they're used, right? You vote for representatives, but these representatives are influenced by other entities. Thus, you have very little say in where your taxes go. Now, I know a lot of people, when the thought of like not paying taxes come to mind, but there's a fear. There's a fear of what the IRS will do, or I will go to jail, I will be penalized in some fashion because of my not paying taxes, which sounds very similar to extortion, right? If you don't give me my money, I will do bad things to you. That is basically extortion, and this is how our IRS and tax system works. If you don't give us the money that we tell you that you owe us, bad things will happen to you. So it seems as if our political structure, our structure of government, tends to adhere to certain ways that some of us could see as criminal, right? Bribery, insider trading, and extortion for money. These big three things that tend to be the biggest funding for our government are also can be seen as illegal and criminal. So, just things to ponder for you in this coming tax season, and that do you really see any benefit in paying your taxes outside of the fear that you have if you don't pay your taxes, which is just going into extortion. And I'll just leave you with this saying: that a government that fears its people is a true democracy, and a people that fears its government is just a dictatorship. Considering that, what do you think you're living in? And with that, that's all I got. Until next time.